Today I will be working on this PlayStation 5 Dualsense controller, and we will be installing some Gulikit TMRs. This video is actually sponsored by them. They wanted me to demonstrate how to install these for any Dualsense controller, but today we're dealing with a model BDM030. All the tools you'll need for this today will be, of course, your solder iron. Need your 2.0 Phillips head screwdriver, set of tweezers. I'll also be using this set. I'll explain why later. Using the Pro Tools, 1 bar, 1 guitar pick. Other products that you'll need are some isopropyl alcohol, 99% is preferred. Some solder flux, and for my removal tool, I'll be using this. This is a piece that I picked up on Etsy. It helps to remove the joysticks much easier. We'll see that as soon as I get it open and able to pop the board out. But for now, let's get started. If I forgot any other parts that's needed, we'll mention it as we go. Alright, let's dive into the controller. First thing you'll need to do is to remove the trim plate. Sometimes I just get a nail under it, pop it off like that. Easy. But if you want to do it the correct way, just get under it with the guitar pick and just work your way around until it pops off. Alright, next we need to remove the L1 and R1. You just press down the trigger, get your Pro Tool under it, and pop it off, just like that. Same over here, pop off, done. Alright, next you'll be needing to remove these 2 screws as well as these 2, 1, 2. Take your Phillips head. I have multiple of these lying around, so if you see different ones just popping up in the video, that's all it is. Something else you'll need is a desoldering pump. Alright, now that we have all 4 screws removed, we'll start to open it. First thing you'll need is your pry bar. I try to grab it right there, because what we need to do is to disengage these 2 clips right here. So while I'm pulling up on this, I'm pressing this out. That way it won't re-engage. There you go. It's 1, 2, just like that. And next, there's a clip right here that you need to work your way around into. Just slide along the edge and it should pop. Don't like this one already popped open for me. And then we'll slowly lift off, because the last part that'll let go is right here. Alright, the first thing you'll see once you open it up is the battery. It's an easy removal. You just lift off and then grab right here by the harness. Just pop out like that. Next thing you'll do is remove the screw holding the battery tray in. And then we're going to remove this microphone from the board using these tweezers. They'll be able to get under it more easily. Just grab it. And let that microphone stay on the battery tray. You don't want to lose it. Alright. Next thing we'll remove is this microphone. This one right here is your primary microphone that you're talking to. And we'll go up here and remove the cable for the touchpad. Alright. I'm going to wait to remove those. That way they don't flop around while I'm desoldering these rumble motors. Before you get started, you'll want to tin your tip with some of your solder. And one of the things you can see right here is my fume exhaust fan. This will help remove any fumes that are put off during the process. In order to remove these wires, you'll just tap on the pad where you see the solder. And they'll come off easily one by one. One thing to note while you're doing this is I like to take a picture of the wires and what order they're in, so you won't forget when you get back to it the next time around, when you're putting everything back together. Zoom in for you so you can see it. Grab it one by one. Solder one away. See how easily it popped off once I put a tin my tip. Alright. Now that I have all those wires removed, I can remove these ribbon cables. Alright, now all we have to do is pop the board out. Just press down on the thumbsticks and it'll let go. That's everything removed. What you'll want to do is remove this speaker and place it right back in there. The foam side will always point towards the R2. Alright, now for the main reason we're here, we take out these thumbsticks, then I'll grab my holder. You'll want to get the board in a oriented where it's stable, where it doesn't flop around on you. First thing I'm going to do is add new solder to each one of these points, because every one of these use lead-free solder, so they have a lot higher temperature. So with that being said, I'm going to change the temperature of my iron to 400 degrees Celsius. Before that, everything I was doing was on 350. So now, get that, let's zoom in so you can see everything. See how easily it's melting. I'm blending in this 6337 solder into it. It's going to help remove it a lot faster. Before I start my next one, I'm going to preheat this iron that I mentioned before. See it, each one of those prongs or each one of those holes will fit directly on each of these pins. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to preheat this to 386 Celsius. Let that get up to temperature. And while it's doing that, I'll finish with my other joystick, getting that one prepped. Making sure you get all those spots. There's a total of 14 pins on each joystick. That one has a little bit too much on it. Take some of it off. All right. Have all those finished. Now what I'll do is take this iron. See, it's preheated now. 387. I'll give it another minute. While I do that, I'll get the other tweezers I mentioned. These are ceramic tweezers, but what's good about them for this part is they automatically they close by themselves. So squeeze it to open it and let go. The others, I have to do the work on holding it down. So the reason why, I can put it under here and grab the joystick. You'll see it's holding on by itself. Now I can take this iron, place it directly on each pin. Boom. Not even a whole second. Same thing over here. Falls right out. And now I can just turn this off. I'm done with it for now, or for today. Now what I'll be doing is removing all of this excess with the pump, because that is a lot. The easiest way to do this is, if you don't feel like you have enough in here, you'll take more and add it to each hole. That way you're transferring enough heat to each spot, and all of the old good thing about this solder is it's rosin cord, so I don't actually have to use this flux on every single hole in order to make it flow. So it's clean cut. Zoom in on it again for you so you see what I'm showing. Let it heat up. Clear out. Not sure if that one cleared out for me, but I'll come back to it. It's a tedious process, but very necessary. Alright, come to this side, do the same thing. I'm not sure if you could see that, but I had to wait until all of it was molten before I could use the pump. Yeah, that one wasn't good. So I'll add some more to it here, and some more here. And probably this one too. It looks like it still has some left. Yeah, it's clear now. All right, what I'll do now is take my solder wick and go around to each hole, trying to smooth this out and remove any excess solder from the board. The best way to do this is to cut off a piece and take your tweezers and hold on to it. Let it hold on to the wick for you. Reason being is if you leave it attached to the whole roll, all the heat will be going through the roll instead of just this single piece. That way you won't lose any heat transference since there's a shorter piece for you. I'll also go ahead and add a little flux to it. That'll help it flow into it. Make it much easier. I'll actually go ahead and clean these pads off too while I'm thinking about it. Just go to it. Let the heat do the work for you. See how much cleaner they are. Not as rugged. So I'll get this one. Now I'll apply new solder to it once I've finished the joysticks. Alright, come over to this side. Let's flip it around. Add some more wick, some more solder, flux. Just let your iron do the work for you. Remove that. This is also a good way to remove the flux from the holes without the solder pump. For some people it's the preferred way. I like the pump. Got some that got back into the hole. which that's fine. Just apply some more. Come back in with the pump. Clears it right out. Same for this one. Got a little bit right there. Just clear it up. Alright. Let's flip this board over, make sure we have all the holes clear. Everything looks clean and clear to me. I'm not sure if you can see it. Here. Yeah. Those look great. Maybe one. Gotta get that one again. Just the one. And that's it. Yep, that one's clear now. Alright, next step will be to get this Gulikit package open with the TMRs. Every package comes with these specific thumb knobs that Gulikit makes. I've actually grown to like them a lot. Alright, first things first, make sure all the pins are straight, because if they're bent in any way, you'll have a tough time getting them through the hole, and you'll wonder what went wrong. Or just drop in just like that. If it's all, everything's clean. See how it's flush right there? Zoom in for you. It's flush, flush, and flush. What I like to do, I'll set that down for now, is to tin my iron, then come back here, holding it flush, and put a little flux on one of these pins. You'll see that flux right here. And then once I come over here, I'll just hold it on that pin and let it flow and let it go. Now it's cool. We'll do the same thing again. Apply a little flux right there. Tin my tip. And apply. Just holding it right there for a second so everything can flow. I'm gonna hold it in place for a second while it cools. Now flip it over and make sure everything stayed in place. Still flush, same thing. Everything's in place. All right, I'll do the same thing on this side. Make sure it's flush. Solder, flux, I'm sorry. Tin my tip with solder. And then apply. Let it cool. All right. A little paste. Tin my tip. And apply. Holding it in place for a second. Let it cool. Let go. Doing those opposite corners of each other will make sure it's not leaning in any direction. Say if you put one here and here, there's a possibility that it'll tilt that way. So by holding it down and doing these opposite corners, it'll help with it staying flush. All right, now that everything's good, now I can get all of the pins back together. Excuse me. All right. Start over here. Apply. Hold it for a second. Hold it. Apply solder. Hold it. Let go. What you're doing when you're holding it, like one, first, I'm heating up this pad. 2, apply the solder. 3, holding it so that the solder flows down some. Same here. Hold it, let go. A tip when doing this is not to put too much. You want it to be able to still see the tip of the pen sticking out, but at the same time still enough in order for it to flow down. Hold. All right, now for this one, same thing. You can't see it on the camera, but when I hold it here, you can see the pads start to get shiny, meaning that they've heated up, and it'll make it easier for it to flow. Clean my tip. That's it for those. And if you remember, I said I would apply some new solder to each of these pads. All right. Now, if you remember, I told you you'll need some isopropyl alcohol. I have these small squirt bottles that I've used. And some electronic safe cotton swabs. These here. Mine are starting to get a little fuzzy, but they still work the same. Apply to the swab, apply to the board. You got to clean up all of that flux because it'll corrode the board if you leave it unchecked. Let me see, starting to come off. Don't worry, this is safe for the board and it's fast drying. Even with the excessive amount that I'm placing directly on the board. It's getting all that crud off of it. I go in with one more to just wet in the swab alone. Alright, let's get this board back into the controller. First we'll have to put these thumbsticks on. Let's twist until it gets into the groove and press down. Alright. Good motion. Something I like to do in order to keep the board from moving around a lot is to take one of the screws, get those back out, and hold the board down because it's very chaotic trying to connect these wires back while the board is flopping around doing its own thing. So the more stable it is, the better for you. Alright, if you'll remember earlier I said you'll take a picture. Now it's when you'll need that. You'll but I know that from the top we start with yellow, green, and black and red. If you ever feel like you don't want rumble motors to work anymore, that's a simple fix. You can either just cut these or just tape off the tips and without putting them back on, and that'll stop you from having rumble in all games. So let's get this one on. Get the yellow at the top. Sorry if you can't see it, this is a tight squeeze. Get your green is done. Now I gotta get black and then red. Alright, swap over to the other side. Same thing. Yellow at the top, then green, black, red. This one I may have to use the tweezers to hold in place. Kind of tight squeeze with that piece of plastic right there. You don't have to go in the same order I'm going in as far as which one I put first. I just like to go with whichever direction has the least amount of stuff in the way. Thought I had that one. Yeah, there it is. Alright, got those in. Now I can remove this screw so I can put everything back into place. Alright, press that down. Alright, have to lift it up some because this ribbon cable got under the board right here. I just need to lift it up. Also, this microphone likes to play hide and seek with me. First thing you can do to stop that is plug in this touchpad. That'll stop a lot of the movement. And come back to the other side and do the microphone cable. Alright. Take each of the trigger ribbon cables, plug those back in. Now we can get our battery tray back. Remember I said to leave that in. It's right back where it's supposed to be. Before I connect that ribbon cable, I want to put this in place, because one thing that you can mess up and do is connect that that microphone cable back, and this tray still be loose, and you could risk ripping this microphone cable. So by having it in place, less movement, less heartache. And just grab the little tab, press in, done. Turn this off. We're done with the fan. Now, plug in your battery. Slide it in. Grab your backing. Pop it in. Make sure it's good all the way around. You always want to make sure and come back to these two clips and press it in. I seem to have turned it on, which is okay. We know that everything's connected right if the lights come on. All right, let's get these screws back into place. Remember, there's one behind each bumper button. There. Oh. Get that placed in. Get that one. All right, now that those are both in, take your, see that's an L1. You got those that little slot right here. These two prongs to slide into. Press down. Same thing. R1. Press down. And finally, your faceplate. Make sure everything clicks into place. Press it down. Everything is working. Now what we'll do is connect this to the computer so we can make sure everything is working, and also to calibrate these sticks. That's the only way to do this with software. All right, now that we got everything put together, we'll test the controller and calibrate it. First thing first, we're going to go to the hardware tester website. Make sure it's working. Orange lights are good. Scroll down here and give the sticks a spin. You'll notice right here on this stick it's slightly off. That's natural, straight out of the factory. It's happening every time. It doesn't matter. It's okay. That's what the calibration is for. But also I want to test, make sure every button works. Boom, boom, boom. There. That. All right. Now I'll swap over to the DualShock calibration website. Connect. Connect. Now we'll start our work right here. And just to start off, I'll show you this is what it looks like so far with the circularity. First things first, you'll want to do is to calibrate the centers. And with this one, I prefer to calibrate my centers using the fine tune option. So on the left stick right here, you go to the x-axis, and you'll notice here, this is the x-axis. You want to get it down to a 0 even. have to go down in order to go back to +0. Go until you stop seeing the flickering. All right, now we're here on the y-axis. Same thing on this one, you go up. Up, nope, you go down. Sorry. Go down in order to increase it till you get your 0 with no flicker. Now we'll go over to the left axis, the right axis. And see, that one's way off on the Y. But this one, remember to go down. Get your 0 flicker. I like an even number sometimes. And this one, you can go down as well since it's negative. If you use the arrow key on your keyboard, this number will progress at one time. If I go up here and just click and all that, it won't move. Once you let go, it'll do that. So if you use the arrow key on the keyboard, it'll progress until you get that. All right, now that I have that, I'll click save. I'll go ahead and do a save permanently. Now we're going to calibrate the stick range. I can do it in the fine tune, but I'd rather do the automatic first. And what you do is you'll take it, you'll go in clockwise and counterclockwise 6 times slowly. So you do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, now you go back counter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Click done. All right, now we can do, you'll see a little flicker right here. That's natural with these TMRs. It's just the magnets communicating with the sensor. I'll test the circularity. And it didn't stretch out far enough. So what now I'll do is go to the fine tune. And on this right stick, it's reaching 1 on the x-axis, but if you move up some, it loses the 1. So I'll, on this one and this one, you go down in order to make it go out further. By holding the stick, you can see right here that the ball at the end of the line moved out. Make sure it moved out some more. Yeah. So you want the circle to get outside. You want the black dot to get outside the line of the circle. Same thing down here. See, it clears all the way right there. All right. See, it's kind of loose right there. And since this side was low and this side looks low as well, I'll increase this one. But on this one, in order to make sure it goes far enough, you go up. You got that? It's good right there. Now it's going back in on that one, so I'll go up on this side and get it to stretch out just a little. All right. I'll dial it back just a little until the line touches it. That's good. Now I can save. Now retest my circularity. This little extra spot right here is perfectly fine. Don't worry about that. If you go down here, you'll see that you have a 5.5%. But what I did, I've only tested the counter clockwise. So now that I have that, try the clockwise, and it's clean. One more time, clean. If this is distracting to you, you can go back in and bring it down some. Since this side right here is also overextended, it's best to do this one. I'll go up some. Let's drop it down. I'll take it up to 80. Now let's do 85. Then save it. Just run the circularity again. See how I dialed it back in some? Now you got a 4.5. All right, now we'll go over here to this side and see where it's short. These light blue circles mean that the circle didn't fill all the way. So I need to work on this side and this side, both on the x-axis. Go back to the fine tune. And since I want to go up, I want to raise it up. You have a 1.0 right here, but it falls fast. So take this number, go up. It's nice to have it at an even number. That way when you adjust, you can go up by 5s or 10s, depending on your preference. All right, you see now that the dot is outside the circle. That dot isn't. Take it a little more. Now it's out. It's all the way out here. I can, because I'm going to fix this side, it doesn't hurt this part of the axis, and this part of the axis controls this quadrant right here. So you'll see I'll bring this side back in by raising this one. But once you get over here, you'll see that it went back in, but that's okay. I was already working on this quadrant by using this one. So now I can go back here. In order to raise it, I go down, down, get that circle outside. You'll see. All right, I'm gonna use this one to help out. Get that to a 5 and up to a 9. Let's take this one to 50. All right. Everything's snapping back to its place. Now save it. We'll check the circularity again. See that the light blue is gone. It's all gone. Let's check the counterclockwise. It's gone. Just like you want it. Try that one more time, counterclockwise. Done. Then clockwise. Great. I will go in here and adjust that just a little. This one, go up to bring it back down. Now I'll take it to 40. Now let's do 45. It can handle it. It didn't bring it back too far in because it's not turning light blue. If you don't go slow enough, it won't fill the circle at all. But you'll see that I brought it down to a 4.72. Let's do clockwise. Great. Now, counter. I went too fast. It'll do that if you go too fast with it. Huh. Guess I'll need to go back in there and work on that one, which is fine. That's why we have it open. Not a problem at all. Like I said, you want to do this one. Let's take that one to 420. Save it. Run the check on it. This is also why you want to do both directions, because you never know. Just because you have it good in this direction doesn't mean it's good in both directions. Extend it out some more. I'll go up 20, 30. Oh yeah, 30 is perfect. Save it. Run circularity again. Almost there. All right. 3 times. Making sure it's good. I'll increase this side 10. And this one 10. That'll fix everything since it's so close. All right. That's those. Looking good. Hard testing these in gloves, but I feel more comfortable. Make sure until I can finish. And that's it for the calibration. Next, I'll show you some gameplay.
Overdrive. Time to get our heads dirty, Black Ops. Get to work. We've taken control. SATCOM, requesting recon overhead. Nazir operating UAV mission. Bravo fucking Zulu, Black Ops.
All right, we're done with the gameplay. Just want to thank you for sticking around and watching with me. If you would like and subscribe and turn on the notifications. If you turn on the notification, you'll be able to see my next video where this controller becomes this. Stay tuned for that. We're going to add new face buttons. Gonna be a new black trackpad right here. It's gonna be a full breakdown, a full change out. Be sure to turn on your notifications so you can check that out. Thanks.